Andy, with all these snakes, tornadoes, and humidity, do we regret our move to Texas?
I guess we'll find out. Stay tuned. I'm Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
And today we are going to go over some of the pros and cons and some of the biggest questions that we get. And mainly, do we regret our move here from Southern California all the way here to Texas? This is your first time on our channel. We are local real estate agents right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We do have agents and referral partners spread out all across the state of Texas. So if that is something that you are interested in and you are thinking about moving to Texas, make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you're alerted every time we do a video.
Yep, and don't forget to give us a call, text, or email. Whatever you got to do to get a hold of us, just get a hold of us.
Now let's get into this thing. Do we regret moving to Texas? I mean, why on earth would we move from paradise to a place that's hot as hell, has got snakes for days, tornadoes, the humidity,
and high property taxes.
What on earth were we thinking?
Yep, I know.
Well, we get these questions as much as we want to laugh about it. We get these questions on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And just to cut to the chase, do we regret it?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Best freaking decision we've ever made in our lives.
No, honestly, have never, ever questioned our decision. It's been fantastic from the moment we got here. So,
yeah, it's felt like home from day one, and we absolutely love it. Yeah. So, but we do want to tackle in this video some of the questions that we do get on a regular and consistent basis. And let's just tackle them real quick, right? Do we regret, how's the heat? It's so hot in Texas.
It gets hot. I mean, it'll get hot for a few months, but that's pretty much about it.
About 2 months out of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really July and August and maybe half of September where it gets hot. But I mean, that's just part of the nature, right?
And a lot of times I'll check the weather and we're usually, sometimes we're cooler than parts of California that my family lives in and things. So
absolutely, unless you're on the coast or something like that, it's gonna feel pretty much like standard operation. But what about the humidity? Yeah, you guys get so much humidity out there in Texas.
Well, you have to remember Texas is a huge state, first of all, and yes, there is humidity in Texas, and we get it occasionally, but that's pretty much more south.
It's
like
south?
Houston area.
Yeah, Austin, Houston, that does experience a little more humidity than we do up here in North Texas. Yeah. But even in North Texas, we do get a little bit more humidity than other places, but it's not that bad. I mean,
no, it's not walk out of your house and you're dripping sweat.
Yeah, we're not in Florida by any stretch of the imagination. You do get some humidity when you get some storms, and storms do come in quite frequently, but they come and go like quick. The good old saying, if you don't like the weather in Texas, just wait 5 minutes, and that cannot be any more true.
It really is true. That's what's crazy.
It's true. The day that we moved, in fact, I was in shorts. It was about 90 degrees, and cold front came in, and it was snowing by the time that we're still moving at night. So I mean, it's just absolutely crazy sometimes the weather here. Some of the other things that we get though, what about all those tornadoes?
Tornadoes.
I mean, we must be just it's like Wizard of Oz out here.
Yes, we've been here a little over 15 years, and we've actually never seen one. Yeah. You get tornado warnings and things like that if there's movement in the sky and things like that, but we've never actually seen one. It's very
rare that they do touch down, and when they do touch down, they don't cover the whole state. They don't wipe out Texas. They don't wipe out Dallas. They're not that big. Yeah. So they'll touch down. It's almost like being struck by lightning. I don't know what the statistics are, but we've been here 15 years and we haven't seen it.
That's true.
Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, and if it does happen to you, it's obviously devastating. But I kind of relate it to being, if you're from California, kind of being stuck under an underpass when a big earthquake happens. It's not something you're going to worry about on a daily basis.
That's right.
But if it happens to you, it would suck.
And we've been stuck in some Earthquakes also. So.
I mean, it's just the nature of the beast, right? Mm-hmm. So what are some other things that we get? Some other questions that we get?
Some of the other questions, well, the massive amount of snakes we have around here.
Yeah, apparently, I feel like Indiana Jones, you know, when he falls into that pit.
Snake pit, yeah. No. I personally have never seen one out and about. So, like here, I know there's areas where they're doing construction and people see them, or where they have water, you may see a few, but I actually have not seen one.
Yeah, and in general, I haven't seen one either. Mm-hmm. Now, having said that, if you watch our channel at all, you know I do like to golf, and I'm not going to go chase, you know, a $2 ball into and unfortunately I do hit it into the woods a little bit more than I should, and I'm not going to go chase it. But but there are snakes obviously out here in Texas. But they're not really in the suburbs. They're not in your neighborhoods or anything like that. I don't see it. So if you're a hiker, you go out mountain biking, out on the trails and that sort of thing, I'm sure you probably come across something like that. We're not that active. So
that is true.
We don't come into it. So, I mean, depending on your lifestyle is whether or not you're going to run into snakes probably on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We don't.
Oh man, yeah. Well, that's the truth.
What are you gonna do? You know.
Yes. What's another question we get a lot of?
Property taxes.
Oh yes.
Property taxes. So yeah, property taxes suck. You know, they run anywhere between 2% and 3% here in the state of Texas. It goes off the value of your property, and they can fluctuate. With that said, there's a cap on how much they can move, and so they really don't move as much as everybody thinks.
Right.
I think within the last 5 years, our property taxes have gone up and down and fluctuated probably within a $700 range. So it's not earth shattering, and there's ways to go about protesting those and that sort of thing. So property taxes, as they do, are higher than a lot of places around the United States. We don't have state income tax.
Yep.
And half of that property tax goes to schools.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And we see it, which is so nice to watch these schools being built. And I mean, it is nice to see where your taxes go. That's for sure.
Yeah. The schools out here are outrageously good, at least in the suburbs where we kind of put our clients. It's just, I love seeing our taxes at work. You know, it's much different than other places. In California where we were, you know, it just felt like you write that check and it goes to the abyss and nothing happens. Here you actually see it. It's nice.
It is, yeah.
Let's talk about the cost of living here.
Okay.
I mean, people have the perception that it's just
tons of land.
Yep. You know, we all have ranches, and we buy them for $1 an acre.
Yes.
You know,
you could buy 2 or 3 acres for $300,000, and
good schools.
Live in a good school district.
I want to be, 10 minutes from all the restaurants and shopping.
Yep.
I want 3 acres with a pool, 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. For $250,000.
Not happening.
No.
Not happening. No.
You mean
no?
What if we get in our DeLorean and go back 30 years?
We might be able to then, but still, I don't know if the schools would be as good back then.
I don't know. We were in California back then.
Nor would there have been that many restaurants and stuff like we have now.
Yeah, so, but in all seriousness,
yes,
it is not as cheap to live out in the suburbs as people think. You know, but you do get quite the house, and you get a lot of things. I mean, if you're going to live in Frisco, Prosper, Allen, Plano, McKinney, Salina, that sort of thing, you are going to pay anywhere for a 3,000 square foot house on a quarter of an acre, like a pool-sized lot, in a nice community with great schools. You're going to be paying between $400,000 and $700,000, depending, on that sort of thing. So, I mean, you just need to be prepared for that.
And you're not going to get, I mean, depending on where you are, you're just not going to get a huge lot. However, The one thing we have out here, which I don't think is real popular in a lot of states at this time, is master plan communities with all kinds of amenities and pretty low HOA dues. And I mean,
you get a lot of bang for your buck out here, but it's not. But you are going to have to pay that buck, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what Patricia's talking about, the master plan communities. There's event coordinators. They're doing all sorts of events for everybody to kind of get to know each other and meet each other. The lifestyle here is really, really good.
Yeah.
And so to answer the age-old question, I know we answered up the front, do we regret moving to Texas? And the answer is absolutely not. Best decision we've ever made, and we've helped hundreds of people move here. So if you're thinking about moving to Texas, and specifically in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, be sure to give us a call, text, or email, however it is you want to get a hold of us. Our clients rave and are so excited, and it's so fun to hear their stories about how they've met their best friends and everything. I mean, it's just it's just a throwback into a different era, I think, and it's just great to be a part of it. Yes. So again, thank you so much. My name is Andy.
And I'm Patrice.
Give us a call, text, or email, whatever it is that you need to get a hold of us. Until the next time, we'll see you later.